Going into the countdown now. Most of the time, build order's already mapped out.
Indeed, you know, unless he scouts something that it really is kind of out of the ordinary and says, oh, what? You know what? I have a little hole here where I can abuse it if I do something different.
Right.
We'll probably see what they've had planned since they knew they were going to play each other.
Okay, we've got Jaedong up here at the top right. And there he is in his booth.
He is concentrating, man. Look at those puckered lips.
He's got a killer face whenever he plays this game. Here's Stork over here at the middle left. Now, there's only 3 starting spots on this map, so whenever you scout your opponent, you got a 50% chance of finding him right off the bat.
Indeed, and Jaedong's Overlord being sent in the right direction, and that is always great for a ZERG player on a more than 2-player map to just get that lucky Overlord send. You get to scout them a lot more for a lot longer, and that can really end up paying off, especially if they do some sort of weird strategy.
Absolutely. You can see there's already a lot of Jaedong signs in the crowd. I don't believe we've seen as many Stork signs. That Jaedong generally known for getting that fast spawning pool. Doesn't mean he doesn't know how to play, you know, hatchery first, like a total pro, but usually getting that spawning pool first.
Yeah, you know, it really makes him very safe, and especially on Tau Cross, where you can just block them in with that one pylon at the choke and basically just kill them with cannons.
Right.
You know, you contain them, and it's so hard for them to get out. So, you know, pool first, especially good on this map.
You see a lot more cheering in the audience right now for Jaedong. And the question now is Jaedong going to get an extractor, or is he going to go with a hatchery next? I think he's actually just going to go for the hatchery next.
Yeah, I feel that coming. He's playing a safe opening here against Stork. You know, Stork has a really good record over Jaedong as far as PROTOSS go, but still, I mean, Jaedong has to feel a step above Stork.
Here's our Korean commentators from On GameNet. Really nice guys. They're actually on the plane with us when we came down here. We also live in Korea. Oh! Nice. Pylon block there. He's going to get that hatchery up just a little bit later. That was what you were talking about earlier. Yeah,
he cannot get out. He's going to have to make some Zerglings and attack that pylon. But, you know, Stork may just end up canceling it, knowing that Zerglings will be made.
It's going to be a tough decision here. If he does let it stay up, that hatchery's going to come out incredibly late, and he lets it finish.
Yeah, but, you know, if Zerglings are hatching, and in fact they are, he's going to be able to take out that pylon, and he does lose the probe as well as this 100 minerals on the pylon. But a couple cannons going up. His Nexus is going to be a little bit later than normal, but that's fine.
So it looks like overall this is going to cost Jaedong an additional 100 minerals because that's about how much more he accumulated in that time. Maybe a little bit over that, 125. But at the same time, remember that, of course, Stork did lose the pylon, so that's 100 minerals. So it's just a slight edge for Stork.
Yeah. And, you know, Stork, he's all defensed up. He's going to be totally fine. These Zerglings aren't going to do a single thing to him. But a big deal here, he's already lost his scouting probe. He does not see inside of Jaedong's base.
Actually, here's another one. He's going to try to slip out here, but it has been spotted.
Yeah, he's going to want to get that into Jaedong's base because he basically is playing blind right now. Jaedong could just get gas and go 2-hatch Hydra, try to break his cannons. He could go expand like we're seeing now, but Stork just doesn't know because his probe isn't in there.
Now you see Stork trying to edge over here. He wants to see if there's indeed a hatchery there. There is, but he doesn't know that yet. So far deflected here by Jaedong. Stork is so far in the dark.
That's right, and he just keeps that Zergling on the probe, watching where it goes, and moves these Zerglings back and forth. Takes a lot of concentration, but oh my god, the probe gets through a little bit. And if Stork can scout that hatchery, he's going to have a lot more peace of mind.
Okay, here we go. He is indeed going to spot the hatchery. Can he get into the main? Quite possibly, yes.
And that's some good probe scouting there. Jaedong has to feel a little bit bad. You know, he kind of messed up there. Could have held that probe out, but a little bit of missed micromanagement.
Okay, so this is kind of a shocker. The probe has, in fact, gotten all the intel you could want. He sees the timing of the layer. Yeah. And Stork, again, just maintaining an advantage by just a few percentage points, I'd say here.
Indeed, and you know, this is really good actually that he did end up scouting it because that's going to give us a better game, I think, overall. Otherwise, Stork was going to have to play a little bit more defensively, and Jaedong being, you know, in slightly better shape recently, you know, winning more leagues, performing better in Korea. It's a good thing that Stork has scouted this out so that it should make a more entertaining game for us.
Certainly. Well, standard opener from here would be an early Corsair.
Yeah.
But Stork doesn't always play by the norm.
No, not at all. But I think he will be going for that this time. We do not see +1 attack going yet, and that would be the other thing. And there we go, a second gas, so he's definitely going something pretty gas heavy, and there it is, the Stargate.
Well, now we got to see what Jaedong's going to do. It looks like he is going to go actually Corsair, Dark Templar, possibly Corsair with some Zealots and legs, but usually it's Corsair, Dark Templar. That's the most stable way. You know, Bisu is kind of the most well known for that. However, Jaedong's already eliminated him from getting any further in this event.
Indeed, he did. You know, he's such a PROTOSS killer, such a pro gamer killer. Jaedong is that you know I just see him as a favorite here against Stork.
Yeah,
but so far Stork is playing really quite immaculately.
Again, another shot. If you're just now joining us, I'm trying to. I would say about 15,000 people here in the audience, maybe more. It's really hard to tell. What you just got a shot of was only 1/3 of
if that
of the convention hall, and there are monitors in places that we aren't even getting shots of. There have people watching this.
Yep.
And this kind of goes to show you that in fact China is really starting to recognize esports.
Oh, man.
It's not just Korea anymore. People thought it might be Germany next, but I think after coming down here, at least in my own opinion, China is definitely ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
They just have so many people coming down here to watch this, and it's not just you know, StarCraft, for instance, or Warcraft 3, or even Counter-Strike. It's all these games.
And you know, esports, it is really legit here. And you know, in Korea, you have a lot of fans. A lot of them are actually girls. Here, there's a good balance. I feel like, you know, there's guys and girls running around trying to get autographs and stuff. And I don't know, it makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. Tastes.
I know, man. It makes me really happy to see you know, this going on down here. Now the Dark Templar's going to be out here in a second. I know the position of that Hydralisk den and the hatchery. That can make it tough for a Dark Templar to sneak through there.
Yeah.
So DT harassment might be a little bit tricky over in the main or the initial expansion.
Yeah, you know, Hydra's are anorexic. They can get to just about anywhere as Zerglin can. So it's really nice to make little walls like that. It's going to make it hard for Stork to really get aggressive anyway. And losing that Corsair, that's kind of a big deal. And he may lose this one as well if he overcommits on that Overlord.
I know he wants to get rid of this Overlord. If he can get it in time to get out, it's going to be a win for him. He's got to get out quickly, though.
And here comes the Scourge, but...
Oh, run.
Oh, and he turns around. He wants some more scouting information before going back home.
Now, it's really hard to turn that Corsair at the right angle so that you don't get hit. And he's in fact going to go for a DT drop over here. Very sneaky move.
And I think he did just lose that Corsair, actually.
Yep.
A couple more Scourge popping out.
It may be intentional because he doesn't want to let that shuttle get hit by too many Scourge.
Yeah, but there is a couple more Scourge out there, and they're looking for the shuttle, and here comes the shuttle. Nothing in it quite yet, but he sees the shuttle, and he takes it out. Huge move by Jaedong right there.
I cannot believe that. That's a serious blow here for Stork, because of course he already spent that 200 minerals, 200 Vespene gas on that robotics facility. So then to spend another 200 minerals on the shuttle and to have that have no effect whatsoever, really hurts.
His choice of strategy was the DT drop, so not getting those in there, that's going to set him behind. What are these DTs going to do now? They're going to look around for a place or ask, will they find one? I'm thinking maybe not.
My bet is that Jaedong might stay turtling for a little bit. He is expanding again, which is understandable since it's pretty hard for Stork to harass, and his strategy already hasn't worked too terribly effectively. One Dark Templar does slip in. We have Overlord speed here. Another one down here taking out drones.
Nice. But a counterattack by Jaedong. Looks like he has enough to hold off, and drones just being slaughtered by these Dark Templars.
He's taking out a lot of drones. 4 kills, 5. Make it 6.
Wow. I'm getting chills, man. Stork is playing excellently, and he is pulling way ahead of Jaedong right now.
Unbelievable. Even though his initial strategy did not work,
oh my God.
The second backup one has worked, and it still is. 9 kills now, 10, excuse me. Up to 11. It's going to die before he can get any further than that.
He has killed such a ridiculous amount of drones. Stork has pulled way ahead. That Hydra counter did almost no damage to him. He had plenty of cannons. He had that Archon there. And Jaedong, he was just out multitasked.
Well, next Jaedong's going to have to watch out for that timing attack, which will inevitably come here from Stork. He is going to try to push out and destroy his opponent before he can get too many more drones in order to reinforce that army. I think we're actually going to see a storm drop.
Oh man, if he can kill any more drones, it's just going to get dirty. He does have some High Templars sitting behind those cannons as well. So any Hydralisk all in on his front is going to be destroyed.
Looks like he is going to go for the Forge here. If he does get the Forge, it'll stop the +1 upgrade. It won't put the game back in Jaedong's advantage, but something is better than nothing in this moment. The shuttle moving out. The main hardly protected. And he is going to try to retreat. Sneaky, just a few.
Oh man, speed lots.
Speed lots.
Slow lots.
But I'm sure the speed of grade will finish momentarily.